Hello everyone, my name is Nadal, and welcome back to LASO Solo. So this time I'm taking on the mission, the Silent Cartographer. And from what I remember when I was a kid, this mission was very short and very open to what you could do. And that was my thought going in this. I'm thinking, hey, this is a really easy mission because I have options. I can skip a lot of the battles, which that turned out to be somewhat true, but also I did get myself in a pickle because I forgot exactly what this mission was. So I'm on the title screen, I'm showing all the missions that I'll end up having to do. And I didn't really count them, but it's just basically Halo Combat Evolved all the way to Halo 4. And some of these missions look pretty difficult from what I remember because, I played Halo a while ago, and nothing will encapsulate that more than this mission. Because I went into it thinking, yeah, I think this is going to be a really short mission, and it turned out I kind of got stuck. So, I hope you enjoy.
The Covenant believe that what they call the Silent Cartographer is somewhere under this island. The Cartographer is a map room that will lead us to Halo's control center. The island has multiple structures and installations. One of them contains the map room.
We're approaching an LZ. It's gonna be hot. Get set to come out quick. Touchdown! Hit it, Marines! Go, go, go!
So, this first part, you land on the beach and you have to fight these enemies, or you can do what I did and turn around and just avoid them completely. Now, the first time I did this part of the mission, I did fight them a little bit, then I left, I came back, and I ended up dying a couple times. I'm like, you know what, forget this. I'm just going to walk around the island and see where I have to go, because I remembered you had to go find a control room. So I eventually just do that, head off, and yeah, it ends up working well. I don't have the Warthog, but I do stumble upon another one.
It looks like there is a path into the interior of the island.
So I did end up fighting these enemies real quick. I thought maybe I had to go up through that little canyon, but I remembered that there's hunters back there, and you don't fight the hunters until later. So I ended up keep going around the island, and I do end up stumbling upon the actual entrance and the beginning part of the mission. Now, I forgot how many enemies were up there, so I ended up dying a few times, but eventually I did get it, and I found this little cave that I end up going through and using that.
There, in the cliff wall. I'll bet the Silent Cartographer is somewhere inside that facility. They're already inside. We have to get in there and stop them before they learn the location of the control center.
So at this part, there's two elites at the end of this room, and I thought maybe I could walk back into that cave far enough away that they stop aggroing me, and then I could head back in there and assassinate both of them. And as you'll see how this turns out, not good.
Area secure.
Affirmative. Echo 419 inbound. Somebody order a warthog. You know our motto. We deliver.
Covenant are putting up a real fight. The cartographer must be here. My analysis indicates that the map room should be at the bottom floor of this facility. Let's keep going inside. Don't let them lock the doors. Okay, let's move out. Let's go find the map room that will show us the location of Halo's control center. Interesting. I underestimated the Covenant's understanding of Halo's subsystems. They've locked the doors, and we don't have enough firepower to get through them.
Cortana to Keys.
Go ahead, Cortana. Have you found the control center?
Negative, Captain. The Covenant have impeded our progress. We can't proceed unless we can disable this installation's security system.
Understood. We're still en route to the objective. I may be out of contact when we get there. Here are your orders. I want you to use any means necessary to force your way into the facility and find Halo's control center. We have to get to the center before the Covenant. And failure, people, is not an option.
Echo 419 to ground teams. I'll stay on station and keep an eye out for Covenant bogies.
Second squad, ready to roll as soon as everybody's topside. LZ looks secure, sir. Nothing moving. Good luck, people. Keys out.
We need to find the security override to get this door open.
So now I'm heading back here, and I know I'm going to have to take on those hunters. Thankfully, hunters are not that difficult to defeat. You just gotta shoot them once in the back or do the melee trick. So, after this little fight, I fight the hunters. So after defeating the hunters, there's a couple overshields here, and then there's a bunch of jackals you have to fight. These jackals were so annoying. I thought I could bring the warthog back here. I couldn't. So I ended up having to just, like, pick them off one at a time and melee them. They were annoying. So at this part, I just run past these hunters to skip them. I'm thinking, hey, I can just keep skipping enemies. It turns out that this is a terrible strategy, a terrible idea, especially for this mission. But this first part, I kind of get away with it, but you'll see.
Use the holo panel to shut down the security system. Good. That should open the door that leads into the main shaft.
So I thought the enemies would despawn after the cutscene, and I wouldn't have to deal with them. Turns out that that's not the case, and this is foreshadowing for later on in the mission. But I ended up having to skip these guys again because I couldn't fight them.
Mayday! Mayday! Dropship Bravo!
Understood. We're on our way.
Chief, Bravo 22 was bringing us some heavy weapons. After I saw we were up against hunters, I thought you could use them. Let's move down the beach. Keep an eye out for any cargo we can salvage.
So I'm on the final stretch of the mission where I have to go back down and find the map room and all that. So I get to load up with a rocket launcher, and I'm planning on saving that for the Sword Elite. Now, I will end up taking this Warthog and driving around the island, and it kind of brings back nostalgia when I would play with my brother on this mission. What we would do is we'd each grab one of the Warthogs, because there's 2 of them on this map, and we'd load them up with Marines, and there's this rock, and we would put the Marines in the Warthog, and we'd take turns driving them off that and crashing them and just seeing what would happen to them. It was so fun, and it was so ridiculous, but it was just, having fun with this game, and just watching the Marines scream for their lives when you go over that cliff was great. And ultimately, when you would kill enough of them, they would turn on you and start shooting you. It was just a really fun time, and yeah. Besides that, I don't do that on this mission because there are no Marines alive to ramp off that cliff. The final part of this mission, it's okay. You'll see. So after killing those 2 hunters, the final part of the mission, I gotta grab these overshields, and then I'm gonna head down into this sub-basement and locate the map room. Part of the problem with me on this mission is I kind of forgot what the ending was like. So, in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I just gotta get to the bottom of this thing and activate this control panel, and that will be the end of the mission. I didn't realize that after activating the thing, you have to make your way back up. And this is where the trouble begins. Because I make a terrible mistake, which you'll see here in like 2 minutes after I enter the basement area, I make a big mistake. So this is it. I head down here and I realize that I am in stealth, so I'm going to assassinate these two elites. But then I'm just going to start skipping every enemy on the way down. And that includes 2 hunters, a bunch of jackals, some elites, some grunts. Man, I thought, hey, once I'm down here, I'm done. I don't have to worry about fighting these guys. I can skip most of them. I have overshields. I'm saving my rockets because I know there's that sword elite somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where. So, as long as I hold on to these rockets, I blow him up, it's fine. I'm just going to skip every single enemy on my way down. And I can't begin to tell you what a pain this was for me. Because, fun fact, after the cutscene in the basement, you have to come back up through all of it. And what did we learn earlier? That after a cutscene, the enemies don't despawn. So now, I have to come back up through and fight every single enemy that I skipped. Without the overshields, without the camo, because I took the camo thinking, hey, I'm at the end of the mission. Who cares? I can easily skip some enemies. Would have been nice to be able to grab that camo on my way back up. But whatever. I make a mistake. I pay for it because I die a bunch of times on my way back up through. And I even get stuck at a part with these hunters that kill me more times than they should have. Watch that in the death recap. You'll see what I mean. But oh my goodness, I almost had to start this mission over because I screwed up. Now, it would have been fine if I didn't have to repeat this area. But because I had to come back up through, those enemies were not happy with me. So yeah.
There. That hollow panel should activate the map. Analyzing. Halo's control center is located there. That structure appears to be some sort of temple or shrine, if I've interpreted this correctly. Interesting. A shrine is an unlikely place to put such a significant installation.
Cortana to Captain Keyes.
The captain has dropped out of contact, Cortana. His ship may be out of range or having equipment problems.
Keep trying. Let me know when you've re-established contact, and then tell him that the Master Chief and I have determined the location of the control center. We'll be heading there as soon as we're topside.
this is the part I thought I was going to have to restart at, because there's 2 hunters up here that I skipped, and I could not get past them. They would not let me pass. I couldn't get access to their back. I couldn't melee them because they're puppy guarding each other. I ended up having to go back down and come back up, and I figured out I was able to shoot the one in the back, and then the other one kind of stopped aggroing me, and I was able to shoot him too. But oh my goodness, I was so worried I was going to have to start over because of these 2 hunters. Wow. So I finally get to the Sword Elite, and I didn't have any rockets because I used them on my way back up through. So there is a way to assassinate him, and I attempted several times. Sometimes it worked, and other times it didn't, but I do eventually get past him.
Cortana to Echo 419.
Roger, on my way.
Let's get moving. Bowhammer, here are coordinates and a flight plan I've worked out.
Cortana, these coordinates are underground.
The Covenant did a thorough seismic scan, and my analysis shows that Halo is honeycombed with deep tunnels, which circle the whole ring.
I hope your analysis is on the money, Cortana. This Pelican won't turn on a dime.
Look on the bright side, Bowhammer. The last thing the Covenant will expect is an aerial insertion from underground.
So with that mission done, now on to the death recap. Enjoy watching me die.
Silent Cartographer is somewhere inside that facility. Center. Interesting. I underestimated the Covenant.
Echo 419. The Chief and I are topside, requesting pickup.
Roger, on my way.
No solid.
Roger, on my way. Roger, on my way.
So I died a total of 66 times on this mission. 19 times to elites, 15 times to grunts, 16 to jackals, 14 to hunters, 2 from falling. Those hunters' deaths should not be that high. Unfortunately, I got stuck at a part with them. So they get to inflate their numbers a little bit. So here is the entire total deaths of my playthrough so far. 123 deaths to elites, 101 to grunts, 64 to jackals, 27 to hunters, 9 by falling, 5 by myself, 4 by my allies, which is a total of 333. There's a lot more to come. Will I get over 1,000? Probably. So that was Silent Cartographer LASO solo. Overall, it was a pretty easy mission compared to the Truth and Reconciliation. I did get stuck, unfortunately, but that was my own doing. I hope you enjoy this video. I had a lot of fun making it, and thank you for watching. Have a nice day.